Right now at 5, a suspect tied to a West Salem Quick Trip attack is under arrest.
And new details emerge in Adam Fravel's murder trial.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
The truck driver accused of slashing a man's throat in West Salem is under arrest. 59-year-old Paul Stokes faces charges of second-degree recklessly endangering safety and substantial battery. On Monday, Stokes allegedly cut another truck driver's throat at a West Salem Quick Trip before fleeing in his own semi-truck. Police identified Stokes as the suspect and put out a nationwide warrant for his arrest. Then on Tuesday, authorities in Tennessee arrested Stokes. He is now held there awaiting extradition to Wisconsin.
Forensic testimony takes center stage in Mankato as day 5 of Adam Fravel's murder trial reveals new details about Madeline Kingsbury's death. On the stand this morning, medical examiner Dr. Roz Zumwalt testified Kingsbury's body was wrapped in a gray bed sheet secured with black duct tape, materials matching those found at the couple's home. Zumwalt told jurors a towel was tied around Kingsbury's neck, indicating death by asphyxiation, though advanced decomposition made other injuries difficult to detect.
A mobile home is a total loss after a fire in Westby. Around 8:45 a.m., Westby Christiana Fire Department was called to a fire on Snowflake Curve. Crews arrived to find a mobile home fully engulfed in flames. No one was home at the time of the fire, but there were reports of pets inside. Cashton, Viroqua, and Coon Valley Fire Departments provided mutual aid. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Well, more seasonable temperatures we had today after kind of a breezy start, so it felt like it should be. And this evening, really no issues to speak of. Very calm and quiet conditions. Temperatures lowering back into the low 40s here for Eau Claire. Very similar story for La Crosse, too. Quiet and clear conditions lowering back down to 44. Pretty typical to see these temperatures this time of year with a light wind. Overall, there's your current temperatures. A lot of areas got up into the mid to upper 50s, pretty close to seasonal average. Nothing, clouds were there this morning. Otherwise, we got clear skies. Kind of zooming out, the cold front that passed through is well to the east. High pressures overhead. The next system we're tracking for Thursday evening is well to the west, but it will begin to approach overnight. But for tonight, really, it's going to be colder than we've had the past several nights. We're going to get back down in the 30s, 20s for some of the colder locations. That wind will begin to turn around to the south, which is an indication that we're going to have a system approaching. And though tomorrow is dry, we do have rain coming back in the forecast, which we desperately do need.
Yeah.
I'll time that out and show you how much we'll get here a bit later in the broadcast.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Greg. Well, 3rd Congressional District candidate Rebecca Cook met with business leaders in La Crosse today. The event, hosted by the La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce, focuses on Cook's campaign and the state of the economy in the La Crosse area. Cook says her experience as a small business owner will help her come up with ways to support local business.
Having ran a small business up in the Eau Claire area, that when I get to Congress, I'm really going to be advocating for our main streets and expanding opportunities for success here in La Crosse and beyond.
Incumbent Congressman Derek Van Orden also participated in the Chamber of Commerce's forum. He was there Monday.
A new executive director is taking the helm at the YWCA. Roseanne Northwood has served as the interim executive director since June, but now her title is official. She brings over 20 years of experience in nonprofit management, including helping establish the Reach Center. She shares what she hopes to accomplish in her new role.
It's about eliminating racism, empowering women, and honoring and promoting peace, dignity, and justice for all. And I just think that's really important. It centers the inherent dignity of each person, and that has guided my work over the years.
She adds they're hoping to add supportive housing opportunities by eliminating barriers for community members.
A new coffee cart program is causing some buzz in the Westby community.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has this story.
Special education students in the Westby School District are building confidence and learning life skills, one cup of joe at a time.
So it's our first year running the coffee cart.
Something good is brewing in room 2104.
Here at Westby, we're always looking for opportunities for our students to get work-life experiences and what life will be like beyond high school and how to set them up for success beyond high school.
Last year, Broker and a coworker came up with the idea to create a coffee cart for their students to run.
The students are learning social skills, money handling skills, barista skills on making the coffee. It's been a month into it right now, and it's been a huge success for us.
Every morning, students brew up coffee for teachers who've placed orders. They then go class to class, dropping off drinks and putting smiles on teachers' faces.
It's just great to interact with them. Now every time I see them in the hallways, I'm getting a hello, Mr. Jackson, a high five or a hug, so it's just good to see them.
Teachers aren't the only ones having fun with the cart.
I have a couple parents that have told me that this is their highlight of their kids' day, is coming to school and doing their coffee cart.
Because for Broker's students, running the cart together is what makes it special.
Because we can work as a team.
The coffee cart is in partnership with local cafe Daily Brew Co., who provides materials at cost for the cart.
So our theory or philosophy or motto at Daily Brew is where coffee and community come together, and this couldn't embody that more.
Now, Daily Brew says they're open to working with other area school districts to bring a coffee cart in their schools. Reporting in Westby, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
A wonderful story. Thank you, Allison. That group hoping to expand to hot chocolate and hot tea in the coming months.
A look behind the scenes.
A Holman cancer survivor tours the factory that built his lawnmower, making some treatment a little easier. Next.
Fall savings are on now at Home Furniture. The more you buy, the more you save. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices. Right now, this two-piece modular sectional is just $11.99. Plus, get 60% off all fall and Halloween decor in the market. Hurry in. Fall savings at Home Furniture ends Saturday.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
He's supposed to serve Wisconsin, but Derek Van Orden doesn't care about making our lives better. Van Orden wants to repeal the law that stops insurance companies from denying coverage if you have a pre-existing health condition. He'd make Wisconsinites pay just to give huge tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy. Van Orden even sides with extremists who tried to cut Social Security. Wisconsin deserves better, and Derek Van Orden does not belong in Congress.
HMP is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This illegal immigrant was recently arrested in southwestern Wisconsin for a sexually violent attack on a woman, a suspected Venezuelan gang member who entered the U.S. just last year. Unfortunately, Steve Doyle supports sanctuary cities that protect criminals like this, and Doyle opposed sending resources to secure the border to keep dangerous criminals like Alejandro Jose Coronel Zarate away from our families. Steve Doyle's failures are destroying Wisconsin lives. Steve Doyle, unwilling to secure the border, unfit to serve.
Get an 11% rebate on everything in Menards. Fire Safety Month is here. Protect your family in case of fire and carbon monoxide emergencies. This carbon monoxide alarm is $13.96 after rebate. Finish your project with Drydex color-changing spacking from DAP. It features a dry time indicator that goes on pink and dries white once it's ready to sand and paint. An 8-ounce container is $2.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. Sleep your best sleep on a Beautyrest Black mattress from Home Sleep Express. And right now, pay no interest for 3 years. Plus, get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Sleep first class on a Beautyrest Black mattress from Home Sleep Express.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A Holman cancer survivor is getting a special treat from folks at John Deere.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall was at the John Deere factory in Horicon and joins us with the story. Jeremy.
Emily, Bruce Hollis grew up driving John Deere tractors on his grandparents' farm, but never owned one of his own. His cancer diagnosis and treatment made cutting the lawn difficult and painful, which is why he was so grateful to learn he'd won a John Deere riding mower from Tractor Central. When John Deere heard the story, they took things further, inviting him to their factory in Horicon, Wisconsin for a private tour. Now, normally they don't give tours to the public, but Hollis was an exception. Tuesday, he was invited inside to see where and how his lawn tractor was built and meet some of the people who played a role in building it. Hollis says he was amazed by all the work that goes into the production of the lawn tractors and never thought he'd see how they are made.
I really didn't. You know, I didn't put that much thought into it, but I spent all my summers after I got out of school, from grade school clear through till the time I graduated high school, I stayed on my grandparents' farm and helped my grandfather farm. So I was in the fields every day driving those tractors.
At the end of the tour, Hollis received a signed photo right there on your screen of his John Deere tractor, another way to remember his visit. Hollis says the tractor is more comfortable than his push mower following his cancer treatment, especially with an oversized lawn. Ken and Emily?
Okay, thank you, Jeremy.
The end may be in sight.
Boeing workers are voting today on a possible resolution to their 6-week strike. The details after the break.
And yes, finally, we do have rain in the forecast that we do need. I'm going to time it out for Thursday evening and show you what the temperatures look like throughout the weekend, along with even more rain potentially next week. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Did you know the Habitat Restore sells more than used furniture, fine tools, lumber, decor, and more at the Restore. Open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come shop at the Habitat Restore in La Crosse.
Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Kamala wouldn't change a thing? Their weakness invited wars, welfare for illegals, while Americans struggle. Now Kamala wants higher taxes on top of higher prices. We can't afford 4 more years of Kamala.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
I have had the privilege of working with an exceptional team to install over 12,000 home improvements for local homeowners in the last 35 years. Now it's time for me to spend a little more time with my bride of over 50 years. Fortunately, I found an experienced remodeling contractor and corporate project manager to lead the board store into the future.
And with an outstanding team by my side, I am proud to lead this amazing company my dad has built. And we look forward to continuing to serve you with the great value that is the board store trademark.
I work hard and do things the right way. Tammy Baldwin doesn't. She pretends she's standing up for the working people. But the truth is, she's cozying up to Wall Street. Baldwin's girlfriend is a Wall Street executive who helps the rich avoid paying taxes and benefited from the massive bailouts Tammy voted for. Tammy and her girlfriend get richer while we struggle. Tammy Baldwin is a fraud.
I'm Eric Hovde and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Did you know the Habitat Restore sells more than used furniture, fine tools, lumber, decor, and more at the Restore. Open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come shop at the Habitat Restore in La Crosse.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Boeing workers are voting today on the latest offer from the company, hoping to end the nearly 6-week strike.
The newest contract proposal would increase pay by 35% over 4 years. It would boost the signing bonus to $7,000 per worker and offer improved health and retirement benefits.
The company is still saying no to restoring its pension plan, but is proposing to increase matching contributions to 401ks. The strike has halted production of the company's most popular planes, and Boeing now says its quarterly losses surged to more than $6 billion.
We're the ones that make it happen, building the airplane, and they're still not recognizing the fact that they wouldn't be where they're at or be receiving what they're receiving if it weren't for us down on the floor building the airplane.
Now, since the start of the walkout, Boeing has announced it will cut 17,000 jobs. That's 10% of its workforce.
Well, we are on rain watch for this region, and it's been a while since we've seen any measurable amount. Let's get the latest details and time it all out with Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Definitely, we're going to get some of that liquid sunshine, as we say. Finally, we have some coming for tomorrow. The good news is it's tomorrow evening, so tomorrow it's going to be dry but milder conditions. So if you're looking at rain amounts for tomorrow evening, we're talking after about 6 to 7 p.m. This is what we're looking at right now. A lot of areas will get a quarter. Some areas may get up to a half. And depending if we have any type of thunderstorms in this, that's where some of those areas could get a half, maybe 3/4. Right now, more confidence is probably further south you go, but overall, it's going to be at least a 1/4 inch. So most rain that most people have seen probably in the last 30 days. So that's the good news. It's not enough to get us out of the drought situation, but it's at least a start. Clear and colder tonight. Tomorrow, most of the day will be dry, breezy and milder. We'll get back in the 60s. Breezy conditions, so that wind will be coming out of the south ahead of the system. And then rain Thursday evening, and we could see some thunderstorms with it too. As further south you go, the better chance you'll see that. And that's where you could get some heavier amounts of precipitation. Otherwise, we had nice clear skies this afternoon and evening behind that cold front that came through last night with that northwest wind. Overall, we have high pressure to the west. The next system, the system we're watching, is just now coming into Montana and getting into western Dakotas. That'll be the one that'll be tracking through the area as we go throughout tomorrow. Now we're going to start all the way to tomorrow afternoon. Most of the day we'll just see increasing clouds. That wind will start picking up. Temperatures overall still mild. By the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, we'll start seeing the precipitation line of showers and maybe some storms approaching Minneapolis after 6. We're looking at really entering our area after about 7, maybe getting to Eau Claire about 8 to 8:30, a little bit later as you go further south. But you can see there are some showers ahead of this kind of line as it comes through. So we could see a little bit more from between about 7 and 8, but I think really most of it's going to be after 8 to 9 p.m. It'll then continue to come through. We'll have conditions actually improve as we get closer to midnight. That's the story. It's not going to last too long. So once we get past midnight or 1 a.m., all the precipitation will be pushing east. As you can see right there, it's gone by 12 a.m. It's out of the area. Then we'll have clearing skies. So when you wake up Friday morning, really it's going to be dry with a northwest wind, calm conditions. And for the most part, the rest of Friday looks good. We'll just have some light northwest winds, general few clouds out there. And for Friday night football, as the playoffs start to begin, once again, a really nice evening. It'll be more typical temperatures than we've seen in the past couple Fridays, but it'll be dry with some light winds. So once again, a good Friday evening. Overall, there's your highs for tomorrow, mid to upper 60s. So we are going to warm up about 10 degrees or so as we go throughout. That wind will start picking up. The humidity, now before the rain hits, we're going to keep an eye on. We are going to see some humidity levels drop fairly low in the afternoon. Given the dry conditions, that'll be a concern for fire weather. We don't want anything to start off. The good news is it won't last long with the rain coming through, but we are going to be dry until that happens. And as I mentioned Friday, pretty typical temperatures, upper 50s, near 60. Clouds early, winds out of the northwest. Overall, pretty nice conditions to go on. So as we go throughout the 8-day forecast, the weekend continues to look fairly nice, getting mild, low to mid 60s. And then we have another system coming next week, and that's going to give us windy conditions, and we may get, I'm not going to say getting close to 80, but we're going to see mid to upper 70s potentially Monday and Tuesday. Before then we have a system kind of come through that could give us a nice wet period all the way through potentially Halloween too with more rain. So the good news is tomorrow's fine. It's tomorrow evening, probably after 7 or 8 p.m. That's when the rain will probably hit.
All right, we'll be on the lookout.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg. Well, how much would you pay for a basketball jersey?
Well, there's one up for auction that's expected to sell for over $4 million. Get your checkbooks ready. The details after the break.
About 1 in 3 Americans will get shingles in their lifetime. 8% of those cases spread to the eye. Tomorrow on News 8 Now This Morning, we'll show you how a new study is showing promising treatment results.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
He's supposed to serve Wisconsin, but Derek Van Orden doesn't care about making our lives better. Van Orden wants to repeal the law that stops insurance companies from denying coverage if you have a pre-existing health condition. He'd make Wisconsinites pay just to give huge tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy. Van Orden even sides with extremists who tried to cut Social Security. Wisconsin deserves better, and Derek Van Orden does not belong in Congress.
HMP is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's the weekend clearance at Drury's in Fountain. Incredible savings on America's finest furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. You'll save hundreds of dollars on top brands like Smith Brothers, Daniels Amish, and Flex Steel. Bedrooms, casual dining, sofas, even premium leather, all priced to go. You'd better hurry because you won't see furniture of this quality at these prices again. The weekend clearance, this weekend only, at Drury's in Fountain.
Remember when Hillary Clinton called you a deplorable?
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
Well, Tammy Baldwin hates you too.
Donald Trump might be one of the most offensive and hateful and unacceptable presidential candidates we've ever had. So what does that say about the people who support him?
Tammy Baldwin is a liberal snob.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Now lease a new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport for just $309 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde owns a $3 billion California bank. That's right, he owns it.
And a $7 million mansion on the beach.
Eric Hovde proposed $4 trillion in new tax breaks for rich guys just like him.
And to pay for it, Hovde would cut Social Security by 28%.
Slash Medicare 25%.
And veterans benefits 40%.
Outrageous. Now we know what's wrong with Eric Hovde. This guy is not for us.
When the threat is real.
All right, we still have another tornado warning now.
First Warn Weather is here for you.
So we're going to continue to monitor this once again.
It's in the name, keeping you safe before and as it happens.
And then for the morning commute, we're looking at heavy rain potential.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. On air, in your hand, and online. When you need us.
We'll continue to update you throughout the night with a severe weather outbreak.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A championship Chicago Bulls jersey worn by Michael Jordan in the mid-90s is hitting the auction block.
Sotheby's says the museum quality jersey was worn by Jordan for 5 months during the 1996-97 season when Jordan was at the peak of his celebrity.
He wore it in at least 17 games, including during the iconic Allen Iverson crossover moment in a March 97 game. It's one of only 2 red jerseys Jordan wore that season. It is valued at $4 to $6 million.
So if you were $1 million, if you were a millionaire and you had money to throw around, would you buy that?
No, because I'm not a Bulls fan. It would have to be like an iconic Wisconsin franchise player,
like a Buck player?
like a Giannis jersey, like decades from now. But yeah, even though MJ is an icon, that's a lot of money for a jersey.
I just never would.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Unless
I know Greg wouldn't. Greg
absolutely
probably
not.
would never wear a jersey at all.
Wouldn't have, let alone have one hanging up in his trophy room or game room or whatever room, dining room. Okay, we'll have another look at Greg's forecast right after the break.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. When they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular.
I'm Rebecca
Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle.
Oh, please. Don't be fooled by Rebecca Cook. She made her living trying to elect Democrat extremists. Cook proudly supported radicals who want to defund police, end cash bail, and throw open the border. No wonder extremists like AOC are spending big bucks to elect liberals like Cook. Rebecca Cook, just another liberal trying to fool you. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we've helped hunters gear up for the season for over 6 decades. So as you prep for this year's hunt, shop unbeatable deals on supplies to make your trip successful. Like 10 packs of Grabber head warmers, just $5.99. This Stealth Cam 360 trail camera, only $129.99. Hit the road with 5 quarts of Citgo SuperGuard full synthetic motor oil, $17.99. And all Fram oil filters are 20% off for rewards members. Gear up for the hunt and save at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Has your pet been diagnosed with a luxating patella or floating kneecap? Forget the inconvenience of travel and expense to a university. Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen specializes in using both tibial tuberosity transpositions and block trochleoplasties to safely repair your pet's injury. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics today.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More recliners. King Furniture has more Lazy Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Coulee region. Fabric, leather, even lift chairs. Try them all. Sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from because it's all about choices, you know. And as always, free delivery. Just try that anywhere else. King Furniture. Nice people, nice furniture.
Have you heard Eric Hovde?
I am totally opposed to abortion.
I am totally opposed to politicians telling women what we can do.
Extremists all over the country have passed abortion bans.
Criminal penalties for doctors.
No exceptions for rape or incest.
Women are dying just trying to get health care.
There are even restrictions in Wisconsin. This has to stop.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
We are totally opposed to Eric Hovde.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride.
But I already paid.
All right, tomorrow it's going to be, and there we go. Oop, didn't click right through that. Anyway, tomorrow should be dry. The rain comes in Thursday evening after 7. The good news is Friday looks dry. The weekend looks good. And then we get to some more rain next week. So overall, not too bad, but we definitely need the rain. We'll get it tomorrow.
There you go. All right, thanks for joining us. Here's a look at the stock exchange. We'll see you at 6.